How dropshipping is making the next generation of millionaires. You have probably already seen tons of ads about self-made teenagers who claim that they will teach you about how to make staggering amounts of money passively while traveling the world and being financially free. This is not one of those videos. But we will talk about the stuff they don't, also dive a bit deeper of how this all works and if you should try it too. Spoiler alert, it is not so easy. Also, there are lots of scammers with online courses. Let's dive in. Online shopping took over the world. Amazon became the de facto largest retailer, and Shopify has the traffic and cash flow of small country. But how big is that exactly? As of 2022, Shopify counted more than 1.9 million stores built around it, generating $5.1 billion in revenue, counting 10,000 plus employees, and making up 20% of the whole e-commerce market. And this is only Shopify itself, not the businesses that use it and live of it. There is an estimated 500,000 Shopify millionaires around, and the numbers are growing rapidly. Also, there are other platforms like BigCommerce, WooCommerce, Magento, just to name a few. But what is even dropshipping, and how does it differ from a regular webshop? While regular webshops basically work like a real shop in the online world, dropshipping stores are much more like a catalog where you just call an agent and they order the product for you. A regular webshop has to have a stock, has to pay for storing for the items they sell, pack it, ship it, take responsibility that the item arrives in one piece and to the right location. Opposite to this, a dropshipper never actually touches the product. They just order it from the wholesaler, who ships it to your doorstep. The main drawback of this method is the shipping time, since most of these products come straight from China. Also, since the shipping is mostly very cheap or even free, it is the most basic version via container ships. These packets usually arrive between 30 to even 90 days, which is totally incomparable to Amazon's one-day shipping, and most probably you will find everything or its equal there. So why people buy from dropshipping stores anyways? Well, most of the people who buy from these stores are impulse buyers. They see it on social media in a cool showcase video, which is an ad, and suddenly they need it more than anything. A quick research would end up finding out it is worthless, by the way, and or you can buy it much cheaper somewhere else. But they do not care. The main user base of these sites are young people, avid social media users, shopaholics, and people with not so great knowledge of how the internet works. Dropshipping companies take advantage of this, and why wouldn't they? At the end, there is a chance that everybody is happy with the purchase. People apparently spend a lot of money this way. So how do you become a millionaire from it? Since it doesn't cost anything to list a product, you can basically get into any business or market with your shop, also without much responsibility. You can list thousands and thousands of items with little effort and see what sells best. Focus on that later. With dropshipping, you can literally sell lawnmowers and phone cases next to each other. Most of these store owners are just small businesses who didn't have an online presence before, or it's just a side business for them. If you want to be profitable in this segment, the most important is to stick out from the crowd. This can be done by offering lower prices, faster delivery times, new features, or better marketing. The key to solve most of these is to gather a bunch of trustworthy suppliers. They do most of the work anyways. About new features, you can offer extra services, returns, buyer protection, add gifts, and provide an overall better service. How can you become a seller? There are a few ways you can get started with. If you have the time and affinity, you can just register and start building your own store with ready-made modules and services. It is not so difficult, but it takes some time. The easier, more passive options are to hire someone to do the same for you. Fiverr is a site for outsourcing, and you can find hundreds of offerings in this topic. You can start the store with just $50 to $150 and get it up and running for you. You can do the same with finding your suppliers. The knowledge is out there, and you can buy it instead of gathering this information yourself. To step even further, you can also hire people and even companies to run your store instead of you, and this is where it gets interesting. Your time is not infinite, so you can only do so much as manage one, or maybe two stores full or part-time. This would earn you quite a healthy amount if done right. But what if you could manage 10 or even 20 stores like this, even if it's with a slimmer profit margin? This is how you can quickly become rich with this scheme. Outsource everything. You only have to have a viable idea. You probably won't become a millionaire by sending paperclips online, but you can do it with basically anything that the younger generation is interested in. Could be from clothes to gadgets, or both, it's up to you. Just be realistic with the expectations. How much money would you need to put into it in one case and another? It is also up to you. Basically, it can be started with as little as $100, but to give it a head start, you should calculate with around $1,000 if you do it yourself, and around $2,500 if you hire someone for everything. It may sound a lot, but you still have a higher chance of earning with it than keeping your money in your bank account.